Okay, looks like we're live. I was planning to get started at 9:30 today. That's usually the time that I try to get going, but I got distracted in shopping for bath toys for my son. Um, so I'll go off on a little tangent here before I talk about book stuff, while we wait for some people to hop on and take a look at what we're doing. We'll see if this is, oh, goody. Okay, so it's telling me that Charisma's watching. Charisma, can you type in the comments so I can see if it's showing me comments or not? Because last time it was really rude. And, oh, it's telling me more people are watching. Okay. I can see reactions. There we go. It's comments. Okay, awesome. That's great to hear. So, yeah, I got a little distracted this morning shopping for bath toys for my son. Fun fact, about 4 months ago, he decided out of nowhere that he hates water. So I'm having to find new things that will make him not hate water. So I found like some bath bombs that look like dinosaur eggs because he's obsessed with dinosaurs right now. And when they fizzle out, there's like a cool little dinosaur thing in it. So I'm very excited about these. Probably more excited than he'll be, honestly. I love dinosaurs, so I was talking to Amanda Pillar about them like, I don't know, like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, something like that. I don't know. It was a day that my husband happened to have off. So, oh, it was July 4th. I'm like 2-3 weeks ago. Okay, a month ago. And I just up and went to the Smithsonian that morning with them. So my husband got up and I was like, we're going to the Smithsonian today. Because that's what happens. Yeah, no, Sydney, they look so cool, not gonna lie. I'm one of those people that like obsessively checks reviews for things. Like I probably spend way more time and effort checking reviews for purchases, even if it's like a $15 purchase, than is really needed. And it could be for something simple as a spatula. Yeah. So make a book about dinosaurs. I don't know. If I did a book, it'd have to be a kid's book. And then I couldn't write it under Kel Carpenter. I mean, I could tell you guys I wrote it, but I'd have to be like something else. I'd probably use my son's name in it because let's be real now. But I do love dinosaurs, and my son loves dinosaurs so much. So that is my little tangent for this morning. I wanted to say thank you to Laura, Sydney, Charisma, and I think there was someone else that popped on. I think there was. Maybe it's just 3. I don't know. It was telling me 4. So if there's someone else and I didn't see your name, might be. But yeah, okay. I said that I would talk about giveaways a bit and Patreon a bit, and then yeah, I feel like there was something else, but I'm forgetting. I'll start with Patreon because odds are I'm gonna forget what I was gonna say. So I've told you guys that I am planning to do a special edition for, a lot of people have asked for a special edition of Queen of the Damned. If that is you, you can say I right now because I love to hear it. So I've already got the covers for it. Fun fact. It's going to be flip books. So there's going to be 2, and in each book is 2 books. You'll have the front, you can read it, it'll go to the middle, you flip it, that's the second book. Lucifer's Daughter is too short for me to justify a hardback. It's the same reason that I don't have the Grimm Brotherhood series in hardback. I feel like it's got to be like a certain length for me to kind of justify that. So one of the things with Patreon is I'll show you guys the covers that I'm having done for that. I do not know. My plan is to do a Kickstarter with it. I don't know when that's going to happen. But I'll show you the things, and I can show the people on the Kickstarter the things for the Demons of New Chicago one, because that one's also going to be underway. That one should launch this month. It's going to be the end of this month, but it should launch this month. And it'll likely go into September at this point. I'm looking at doing this thing. I actually saw it on Shannon Mayers where she's like, if you pay like, I don't know, it's like, I don't know, like $60 or something. It's essentially like a payment plan. So you pay that, and then you'll pay the following installments not during the Kickstarter, so that people who don't have the money during the Kickstarter, because, you know, money's tight and all that, can then still get the books, but it's like you pay like that upfront installment, and then the following installment after that is like the rest of it. And that is like a month or two later or something. If you guys are interested in that, I would love to know, because it is more work. So if I'm going to do something like that, I would be super about hearing if you're interested. And Shannon Mare is super duper amazing and has like crap tons of readers, so she can make that work, but I don't know if I am. Oh shoot, I've lost some people. Yeah, I know. I'm not talking about fun things now. I stopped talking about dinosaurs, so of course I lost some people. So yeah, you know, that's a thing. So yeah, your general thoughts on some of that would be super great to know. You said you would definitely be interested. Okay, maybe comments are just a little bit delayed. I'm thinking that might be the case, because I feel like that I would definitely be interested from Sydney is about the Queen of the Damned dealio. Fun fact, because it's 2 hardbacks, it's not going to be as expensive as like what 4 hardbacks would be. So that is a nice upside to it. And they're going to be foiled, so they're going to be super pretty. I'm interested, but if you have time. If I have time for what? I feel like I might be... if I said something and I'm missing it, I'll need you to explain a little bit more for me, Laura. Just a little bit. It's still early. I'm still on my second cup of coffee. My awesome mug that says "One cat short of crazy." He said, "I think that sounds great. Sometimes it's hard to pay for stuff like that all at once." Oh, okay. I bet that's the if you would be interested, what that's about. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, no, you know, when I saw that, I was like, I had never thought of that. Because if I had, I mean, me and AJ would have done that with the Reject Me one, honestly. But yeah, so I'm thinking I might do that this time around, just to allow for that. Now, here's the thing, is if you guys don't pay the other installment, your books ain't shipping until you do. So yeah. There's another thing I was thinking about. So this one was a different idea. So this Demons of New Chicago Kickstarter stuff, my goal, if I'm launching it like in August and it'll be done early September, I would love to ship the books in November. But if I'm shipping the books in November, that means I'm not working on another book. And yeah, so I'm thinking for one of the goals, I might have it be like I will ship in November as like a stretch goal so that people can have it in time for Christmas. Because that would be like, I'll pay full now. I love that. Because that would be like a stretch goal kind of thing. You know, but that could be a cool thing if you're interested in getting it either for yourself for a Christmas present or for someone else for a Christmas present. Because realistically, I'd have to ship in November for stuff to arrive to people in time. If you're international, I won't lie, it's going to be a little bit more tricky because I can't promise how long international will take for things. But I think, depending on, provided I'm not overwhelmed by orders, November might be doable, might. The higher up in tier you are, so like if you're like the early bird, you're going to ship first. I can tell you that right now. So like the top tier, moving on down is how the shipping is going to go. Simply to kind of reward those people, I think, for, you know, the more you invest in me, the more I'm investing in you, I guess. I don't know. Good morning, Alacia. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. If you spell it like how it's supposed to be pronounced, I will probably remember. I can't like guarantee. You said, can I have Christmas now? I don't actually have the books now. They have to be printed. That's why I have to do Kickstarters. So like the Demons of New Chicago, I've already got quotes and it's going to cost as much as a car, like a nice car, not like a car off a Craigslist kind of car. And I can't just pay off like I would like a car, you know, where you're like, you have a car payment for 3 years. I can't do that. I have to pay it all at once. So because of that, that's actually why we do the Kickstarters. That's why we did the Reject Me one. And Aleja, is that right? I think, because it says ja, but then I'm like, maybe it's ha, like, but Elijah is how I'm hearing it. So I'm trying, I promise. Fun fact, my birth name was not Kel. Malaysia without the M. Okay. That works, Malaysia, so Alasia. Oh, there we go. Okay, it just occurred to me. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. My birth name was not Kel, and it was always butchered by people growing up because it was spelled a little bit different. It was Raquel. So instead of even being spelled Raquel, it was spelled Roquel. And I got called so many things growing up. Roquel, Rockel, Rachel, even though there wasn't even an A in it at the time. Rackle, Rocky Balboa, Roadkill. Yeah. Kids are mean. And adults are not that much better, frankly. If you've ever been to a Starbucks, you know that. There's a reason that I make jokes about stuff with that. So yeah, I do try very hard to not butcher names, and I make a point because I actually grew to hate it. And it's like, I know some people are really awesome and they're understanding. I was not at a certain point. I got so tired of people constantly butchering it. So I try. But yeah, so like that's kind of the dealio with Kickstarter, Patreon. I'm going to show everything that's going to be in the Kickstarter to Patreon first, and give them more of a heads up with a little bit like, price points and different things. Again, if you're a mega fan and you're wanting that, that's probably something there. I will give the heads up to every tier though. So if you're like, hey, I want to do just the base tier, I will do that because I think that that's like fair for all of you. Also, AJ and I think we're either uploading a scene today or tomorrow. It's actually going to be from Dark Horse. We're uploading when Fury first dies and ends up in the afterlife and decides to become a demon. So about half of it is written, so we're probably going to upload half, and then if there's, like enough interest, we'll write the other half of the scene. But we were thinking some of these things like that might be good, that you guys might like to see. It's stuff that we've never shown before. So yeah, that's going to be uploaded here soon. We have not uploaded like early chapters yet. The big thing with that is that sometimes, I think I talked about it last week where I wrote like a crap ton in the book that I've been wanting to write forever. And then I figured out that it didn't work. And so I'm going to have to restart. So while I could upload that, I won't upload it before the book releases, because it's completely different than what the book is going to be. If I'm going to give you guys early chapters, I want them to be much closer to what the book is actually going to be. So yeah, once I've got some room in there and I know that that's going to be like, what's the sticking point, then I will be uploading. I will, or AJ will, realistically, probably. I want to say probably AJ, but you never know, honestly. Fun fact, I'm Laura. Yeah. I mean, unless you pronounced it completely different than every other Laura, which could be possible. I kind of figured that was it. But yeah, so that's Patreon, that's Kickstarter. I am looking at doing a Kickstarter for that special edition of Reject Me and Worship Me that... like originally we were only doing them for Babe, but there was all those issues with Babe and the printers and whatnot. So you said I need more sleep, made breakfast for family. Now I want my bed. Thanks. Okay, Laura, goodbye. I'm probably going to do a giveaway on this live, but I do believe you should get sleep instead of the giveaway. And you've already commented, so you're good, bro. You don't have to stay up for me. If anything, I applaud people for taking care of themselves. Do what you got to do for you, bro. I think I lost track of where I was. Oh, I was saying we're probably going to do a Kickstarter thingy for the special edition Reject Me that like we were going to do for Babe, that's like foiled and shit. Like, We're probably going to do it with at least one, if not a few other authors from that. I cannot promise you guys that everyone's going to do it, okay? Like, I'm just going to tell you that now. I can't say that every author is going to do them or offer them. I can't make authors do that. And some people, after the issues with the printer, are just super, super against like taking chances with printers right now. And I also can't blame them. So, you know, when we announce that, you will have to ask other authors if they are planning to do that. I can't guarantee there. Please tell me Amanda's going to. I do not know for certain, but I know Amanda is considering it. That is all I can say, because it would be super dickish of me to like be like, yeah, she's going to do it. And I don't know that for certain. I know that Amanda's thinking about it. That is what I know. I agree though. I really want Amanda's. Like, Haunt Me was pretty awesome. I loved Haunt Me. I think that, that was one of my favorites. I'm not supposed to have favorites. That's probably really bad, but Haunt Me was one of my favorites. I just loved how different it was. I don't know. Like, I know a lot of people don't really like reading about ghosts and stuff. I just need to convince her. I don't think it'll be too terrible to convince her, but I can't promise. No promises will be made. But hers was about a girl that became a ghost, and then the death fae that could see her, that no one else could see her. And that one was real nice. It was such a good twist on Ghost. It really was, right? So, I don't know. I loved it because it was more unique. I know lots of people are very into vampires, shifters, demons, and fae. Like, really just those. But I really like when I find really unique things, or interesting twists on things. And I feel like Amanda does a pretty good job of, like, interesting twists and unique turns on things. Her Heaven's Heart series has some of that too. And, like the third and the fourth book in particular have some of that. So, but yeah, no, we are doing an Immortal Vices and Virtues season 3. That is pretty much all I can say. Right now the plan is that it will release next year, kind of following in line with, the past 2 seasons. Speaking of Immortal Vices and Virtues, so the one next year is going to be MF, because I know we had a lot of people that were like, I really want it to be MF again. Also, just full disclosure, RH is fun in a lot of ways for me, but it can also be really tiring, because to have 3 relationships, you know, in this case I did 3. I won't do more than 3 in a standalone, because that's just death. It's a lot of work to develop 3 different relationships and also have like an actual plot that's like the relationships is the thing, but also like outside sources and whatnot. Like, it's really hard and it's a lot of work and it's really, really long. So, I probably won't be doing another RH standalone for quite a while. I'm never going to say never, definitely not for that, but it'll probably be quite a while. But yeah, so we are going to be doing season 3. Claim Me released yesterday. So that's the 3rd book in season 2. All of these books are standalones and they are RH. Claim Me follows some of the plot stuff from season 1 in Crave Me, Lexi's first book. So it's following off on kind of what's happening with that house. And the girl has 4 delicious men. It is in KU, so if you need stuff to be in KU, it's also a girthy book. I know how we all love the girth. You said I would imagine it would be a lot and to make it just feel rushed. Yeah, I mean, so not to dial back here, but also to dial back. With Covet Me, we actually had so much plot that the book would have been twice as long if we had kept it the way that we had like originally envisioned it. And we didn't think so. Like, we knew it was going to be like 130 to 150,000, and it ended up at 142. What we didn't realize is our original plot would have made it like a 300,000 word book. For reference, that's longer than any Sarah J. Maas book. I don't know if it's longer than any Game of Thrones book. It's really, really long. It's longer than many series. It would be longer. I don't know if it'd be longer than every series of mine, but almost. It's weird because I didn't usually I'm very good about when I plan something out, it actually falls within a range. At least I used to be. I used to be amazing at being like, yes, it's going to be this length and it being within like 1,000 words of that. Since I started writing with AJ, I've become a bit more loquacious and I don't know. Everything ends up longer than it should be though. So yeah, you said you're almost done with Claim Me and it's so good. I love to hear that. Really. I love, love, love to hear that. And the fun thing, you know, I know that Claim Me came a bit late, but the cool thing about it is that the next book in series is like 3 weeks away. Yeah, it's like super close. So, and I don't, that one shouldn't be moved at all. So I don't think we're going to have issues there. Awesome word choice. Yeah. Okay, so that covers a lot of those kinds of updates. AJ and I are working on 2 different books right now. Both of them are standalones, so that's super cool. One of them is that book for Immortal Vices and Virtues Season 3, which we'll talk about more in Patreon. Not at this exact moment because we're actually not close enough, but we will talk about it more. And the cover is super pretty. I will say that. It is a gorgeous cover. Like one of my favorites. Not the favorite. Speaking of pretty covers though, I will tell you, my favorite covers are actually the covers for Her Immortal Monsters. We're having them done as like a paperback special edition kind of dealio because honestly, because I love them. That's like I want to say like, oh, it's a different reason. It's really because I love them. So the current ones that are out, every book in the series will still have the planchet on them. So like my signed available. You know, we're going to have a hardback for each of them that looks like this. And this also has art underneath. And then, you know, a paperback for each of them that looks like this. This is book 2's. And this is actually like what the third hardback will look like. I think book 3 is probably going to be blue. Probably. I don't know. Seems like a thing. Stick with watercolors. But yeah, so we're having them done with the super pretty ebook covers that are up right now. I've got all 3 of them and they are so pretty. I just love them. They're completely illustrated and then Amanda actually did the typography for them, but my illustrator did the covers themselves and they're so gorgeous. So we're going to do those. We do have a pre-order up for it on our store, Raging Hippo store. I don't know if they're going to be available on Amazon. If they are, I can tell you they will not be any cheaper than they are on Raging Hippo store. I don't know that we will though. We also have the other covers. Do I have any of them? Let me see. I apologize. I'm going to disappear from view real quick while I do have them. Oh my goodness. Wow. This is way more work than I thought it would be. Okay. Not that you can see it because how well I've wrapped it in plastic wrap. Although you can see that like there's the first 4 and then there's mine and AJ's with Kiss by Chaos. These covers. Yeah. So there's Kiss by Chaos's. There is going to be the next book. That one will probably go up here soon. I think the first one in paperback is up already. AJ and I need to talk a little bit more on what we're planning to do hardback wise. Hello, Amanda. Hello, Anne. It tells me if someone's watching usually, and I see comments. Sometimes they're delayed, but I do see them. So I know that like there's a decent number of books that are up on the Raging Hippo store. I want to say that I put up Demon's Guide to the Afterlife hardbacks. So you can get signed hardbacks of that. And I put up Reject Me. Paperback and hardback, I think. He said, I hope you're feeling better. Thank you. I'm feeling all right physically. Not amazing, but not terrible. So I would say that's better. I mean, it's better than I was the first half of the year, you know? But yeah, so that's kind of the dealio with those books. I also have a bunch of stuff up under my store. I want to say I've got a paperback series signed for, I've got several of Daisley, several of Queen of the Damned, that's like the new covers, the discreet ones. And then I've also got the Dark Magi series in paperback signed. So I know all of that is up on the store. There might be something else. I need to put up some of the Demons of New Chicago stuff because I've got a bunch of that too. You said, I hope you're feeling better. I am doing a little bit better. The Demons of New Chicago covers actually had a small update. So they'll still match your other covers, which is the reason that I didn't like make a big ta-da about it. But if you haven't seen, the original covers had just Piper on them, except for the last book. Now all 4 of them have Piper and Ronan on them. So all of the paperbacks have been updated. I am leaving the hardbacks at the moment, mostly so that, you know, if people were wanting them with just Piper, that's an option. But I did update the paperbacks. So, you know, the look is still the same there though. So they'll match pretty much if you get them. It's still Piper. It's still the same color scheme. It just has Ronan on it. So, you know, that's super duper fun. Hi, Thurling. Hi, Thurling. Do you guys want to see my corgi? I talk about him a lot. I haven't shown him in quite a while. Oh! Say hello to the camera, Sterling. Say hello. So this is my corgi. This is Sterling. He is my constant writing companion. If I am in my office, he is in my office with me. This dog follows me room to room. He is cute. I know. He's a little gremlin though. I mean, everyone's like, if you meet both my dogs, there's him and there's Harley. And my mom calls Harley Dobby. It's so fitting for her. Her ears look like Dobby's from Harry Potter. They stick up, but then there's like the corner of them like kind of curls over. So they don't stick all the way up like a German Shepherd. Everyone goes to Sterling because Sterling is so pretty. But here's the thing is Sterling is a gremlin. And Harley is like a super sweet girl. So as soon as people get to know my dogs, they almost always prefer Harley. Which amuses me. I used to worry when Sterling was little that someone would take him out of the backyard if I left him out there without me out there. Now I don't worry about that. He's a little too much of an asshole, I think, for someone to try to steal him. They'd bring him back. Yeah, he's definitely a Velcro dog. Harley is too, not quite as much as him. You know, her thing is that I need to be in the same house. If I'm gone, she howls and howls. Whereas Sterling likes to be in the same room as me. And if I leave, he doesn't howl, but he kind of just hides in his crate. Not because he's scared of anything, to be fair. Just because that's how he is. He's a weird little dog. So, I don't know. I think that covered a lot. Do you guys have any questions this morning? I know that I've been answering questions like the last month anytime someone has them. Usually I wait till the very last second to, so I'm going to give you guys a second and I'll do a little giveaway to say thank you. All you have to do to enter this is comment. I'm actually going to leave it open for like, I don't know. I'll leave it open for like 2 days. Charisma, can you set an alarm in 2 days to pick someone to win the giveaway? I will forget. So in 2 days, someone can win a copy of something. What do you guys want? I mean, I guess since you're on, you can kind of help weigh in. Let's see what I have. Oh, AJ has a bunch of stock too. So do you want like Covet Me paperback or Reject Me one? There's probably some hardbacks. I don't know. We could do a hardback. Yeah, I'll do a hardback. As long as it's something that has a hardback. We could do, I always feel like people want standalones, but maybe you guys don't. I mean, I don't know. What else do I have in here even? I have the Grimm Brotherhood trilogy dealio with the new covers. Those are cool. And I've got hardbacks of like almost every book of the Demons in New Chicago dealio. Oh, we got Kissed by Chaos here too. Whoops. Whoopsie daisy. You're like, hardback, woo. Yeah, I don't know. Would you guys be interested in this one? Who knows? I'll do a signed hardback of something. So you let me know what you guys want. Like, you're like, I'll take anything at all. I like that. I'm also going to do a giveaway in Patreon. I will post it this week and it will be open for a week. Right now, there is literally 2 people in the Patreon. So if you want to be in on that, I suggest getting in the group. And I will make the giveaway open to every group too. I didn't post as much last week as I had wanted to. AJ and I had talked a little bit about like what things we're going to post. So you're like, I'm joining today. I will be there. Yeah. I'm going to start posting a bit more. We've got that Scene of Fury that I'm going to post, and we've got some other things. A lot of art, honestly. I've like stocked up on art out the hoo-ha. So I will start posting some of that. I'm debating, so the Queen of the Dam series, I have a hardback of it, and the hardback is cloth. I'm debating having the hardback being changed to this super cool picture that I uploaded into Patreon last week, that's got the 4 horsemen and bandit on it. It would keep the wrap, but the underneath would have the art. I'm curious what you guys think of that. Do you guys have thoughts, feelings, opinions? Yeah, it is pretty awesome. I don't actually have a copy because I am sold out of that one at the moment, but I can upload more. So that's another thing, is if you guys want stuff in the store, all you have to do is tell me or tell a PA. You know, if you want me to put something in the store, I can. I try not to do it until I have it physically in stock, because sometimes books are damaged. Like, AJ ordered 5 copies of Black Swan, and 4 of the 5 arrived damaged. Yeah, 4 out of 5 were damaged. So that's why I try not to, because it can take twice as long. But if you're wanting something and you're willing to wait, you know, I can order it same day. That's not hard. It's just the getting it in that is difficult, and may take a second. That makes me sad. It makes me sad too, right? Like, 4 out of 5 is damaged. We can thank Amazon and Ingram Spark, which is like the main printer person that a lot of people use, because it also uploads it everywhere else for that. So yeah, you know, I know that people seemed like super stoked about having the Grimm Brotherhood sign, so maybe I'll put some of those up. I can still order those. I'm considering doing a new edition of that too. I don't know. I like new editions, and I like them because I like art. Like, I love writing. But growing up, before I was a writer, I like was really into art. I painted and I drew a lot. So black and white drawings and sketches were always more my thing. Nowadays I'm doing a bit more of the painting, but that's only on Procreate. I used to do it some like legitimate painting outside of that, but it's really messy, and I go through periods, like long periods, that I don't feel like painting. And so if you get all this paint and then you use it for like one painting and then you don't use it again for like a year, it's like a massive waste of money because all that paint goes bad. So I've basically been focusing on, like, when I do things, I do it on Procreate. Like, I actually made some super cool exclusive edition covers for Demon's Guide series. So if you guys are interested, hey, I could upload those to Patreon. Do you guys want to see those? I can show you those. I should be able to show you those. I'll ask AJ as soon as I get off, but I'm like 99% sure she'll let me show you those. They may change a little bit if I end up actually using them. I've never used my own art for a cover before, so I'm a little nervous. Oddly, I'm not usually nearly as nervous about books. But my own art, I still am. Not because, like, I don't get, like, special about it where I'm like, oh my God, you don't like it. Like, I don't get defensive. I never think it's good enough. You said I'm here for all the art. I love some overlays. Yeah, I could do some overlays. I mean, they're not as good as some of my artists like Jake, but, you know, they're solid. You'll know they're people, unless you're wanting... But yeah, you said yes, yes, I need to get signed up on there. Yeah, I think I posted a link. I think I did. It should be like patreon.com/Kel Carpenter and Aurelia Jane, no spaces. Like I'm like 90. I did? Oh, cool. Okay. I'm gonna say I'm like 90 something percent sure of that. Honestly, it's like 99. Like I know that's what we named it because I wanted it to be super easy to find. I didn't want it to be something crazy like the Crow's Nest, where like no one like knows unless you're in the Crow's Nest how to find it. I may end up changing the name of the Crow's Nest here soon. Speaking of that, because there's so many people that are like, "Do you have a readers group?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that might be why." So yeah, I'm gonna upload a bunch of that. Also in there, you have the option to like comment if there's either art or scenes or whatever you want to see. So I'm always super happy to hear about that. Like I said, I'm gonna give away a hardback for this, and Charisma, who is hopefully still watching, will pick a winner. I do need you guys to let me know which one though. Do you want like Kissed by Chaos? Do you want like Covet Me or something else? Like, what's it called? I don't know. I got all of the Demon's Guide books. I got all of the Dark Horse, Demon. I'm like the Demon's Guide books. Demons in New Chicago, that one. I got Reject Me. So yeah, let me know. We can do that. And then I'm also going to put one in Patreon. I might do one for a full series in Patreon. If I do a full series, it's probably not going to be hardback though, because that crap's expensive. And we keep getting ones that are damaged, which makes it cost like twice as much as they say it costs, because, you know, I'm not going to like sell you guys a bunch of damaged stuff. I mean, if you're wanting to do a slightly damaged sale, we can, but you said, can I pick myself? LOO, or is that forbidden? Girl, I've already told you I'll send you books, but you're moving, and you told me your partner would be super duper duper unhappy if you received a bunch more books. So move, get the address. I will send you books to your new place, because that is what I do for people that, well, people that work for me. That's a thing. But also just in general, sometimes there's like one girl in this group called Fangirls Urban Fantasy, blah, blah, blah. I posted about it before and I've done giveaways in there. There's one reader though that so consistently posts about my stuff. I've been meaning to. I'm going to reach out to her and like send her some stuff, just because like it means so much to me when people actually tell other people about my stuff. Mine and AJ's stuff, you know, like the stuff. It means a lot to me. Because nowadays, like, the only thing that seems to really work for getting books to sell is like word of mouth. And in this case, she actually loves a series that has not done all that great. So it also, it also is really nice to see that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm being super weird and awkward, I think, now. So if there is nothing else, I am going to leave it there. So I'm going to give you guys like 10 seconds to comment if you have a question about anything I've talked about or other, provided it's not too personal. I'm fine answering. But yeah, otherwise I will be over in Patreon here in a second to start scheduling stuff and uploading stuff. And yeah, so that'll be fun. Okay, no questions. So I am calling it there. I hope you guys have a super awesome week, and that honestly, that there's no more crazy storms, and that it's also not hot as balls, because it would be nice to have it somewhere in the middle. So that is what I'm hoping for everyone, and that you guys are all healthy and happy. But if you can't be happy, at least be healthy. I'm hoping for that. So I hope you all have a good week.